story time. The unedited versions. So, Landon and I were used to the Canadian lifestyle of being able to access weed whenever we wanted, especially from the pot shops. Oh my god, my braids look messed. I always braid with my hair when I'm stoned. Anyway, you ever see videos of me with my hair braided? That's why, because I get stoned. Anyway, I'm breaking these videos up because I don't like... Anyway, whatever. Fuck. So we were used to having weed all the time. So we were spoiled with that. We moved to New York and, well, New York didn't agree with our lifestyle. So because we were in Buffalo, and because we're kind of in the shady part of Buffalo, and we had this car, okay, like, I'm surprised it still was running. We took it literally all the way to Colorado. Legit. Did I stab myself or something? Because that's a bit painful. What is that? I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. So there was a specific street that we had to go to get our stuff. And so Landon was like explaining it to me. He's like, okay, we just got to roll down this street and then they'll come out to you and give you weed. And I'm like, fuck you talking about? Like, okay, buddy. I'm like, that shit happens in the movies, not fucking here, right? Wrong. Boy, did I get some culture shock. That shit don't happen in Canada. And if it do, it doesn't happen like that.
Well, no, you skipped a whole part. You had to give...
So, the rules were simple. You pull up to the first guy that you see, and if he kind of looks like he's working the corner, you kind of got to go up to him and be like, hey, and then he'll ask you what you want, and then you'll tell him. So us, like, it was always weed. I can only imagine what the fuck they had, though. But anyways, so we would do that. So then we'd have to drive back around and then come back and get our weed and give them the money. And then we leave. It was a pretty easy exchange. No one got shot. Nothing happened. Nobody got pinched. Like, there wasn't anything bad happening, which is great.
What about that other place?
Oh, we're going to talk about that in a second. Until 5 o'clock became too late for us to go. Landon would be working all day, and we would have to go to the pot shop. That was our pot shop at least twice a week, because we could only afford to get like $40 a week or $40 every couple of days. So we had to be diligent with our weed, but like we'd need to go at least twice a week. So we go twice a week and do this until it got dark. And, well, that would be scary. We did not want to go there when it was dark. I think one of the last times we went there, I got full on hit on by a dude while Landon's literally driving. And he's like hitting on me. And I was like, oh my god. And Landon and I were just fucking got the fuck out of there as quickly as we fucking could. So that was that. Okay, this is part 2 to the story. So... Landon started working at this place where he made some friends with some people, and they knew of another place for him to go get pot.
Much safer place.
A much safer place. Or so we thought.
It was safe.
It was safe.
It just was at the time illegal.
It was, exactly. It was safer.
They probably have a shop probably now somewhere in Buffalo now that is completely recreational.
Oh, probably.
And he said that he was going to. He's like, as soon as remember when we were there that day, well, we're going to be setting up shop.
Well, yeah.
Well, he had an Instagram.
Well, anyways, basically, guy had the weed at his house. Still kind of in the same vicinity, but he had it like in the back. Yeah, so it was like a garage, but you have to walk into the house to go past the house to go into the back, like a garage, but in the back. He would literally...
No, you walk through the gate.
Yes, he had this spinny thing where you put the money in, tell him what you want, because they had like a little like sheet of things that they had. Like they would have like what we have here and what we have here, and then we put our money in the little slidey thing, and then they would send up the money. We were doing that for a while. That place...
Send out the weed.
Send out the weed, sorry. We did that for a while, and then probably right before we came back to Canada, so like it was like a week, maybe a week and a half before we were come back to Canada. Well, oopsie. So we get there, and for some reason we were all waiting outside for like an hour for them to open. It was snowing, it was cold, like it was very frustrating. Everyone was getting pissed off because they usually open at 4 o'clock or something, but they were refusing to open. So we were waiting, and nobody else have any other options. We certainly didn't. We were not going back to that other street. So we waited it out. Finally, they opened up the gate, so we all started going. Landon and I booked it fast. We were like the second in line. Got our weed, got the fuck out of there. As we're getting across the street, the cops pull up and the cherries start going. All these people start fucking running, and oh my god, we got the fuck out of there. We were so lucky because they were questioning the people that were behind us. So it was not good. It was really bad. But thank God somebody looking out for us that day. Thank God it is not like that in New York anymore, though. So we can cross over and have no issues. In fact, the US, New York anyway, allows more plants than Canada. So take that shit, bitch.